And hello everyone, here we are for the episode number 88 of Honkai Star Rail. I'm recording this after the two previous ones, so... Anyways, let's go. You can read this, which was what Pom just said. Two guests told them to wait in the parlor car, which is where we are at the moment.
Saying they were looking for Boot Hill, so I told them to wait in the parlor car.
Oh, just in time.
Mm-hmm.
Two guests?
Yeah. Black Swan and...
Her too. Look, we welcome all passengers on the Astral Express, but sneaking in like that, you have no regard for etiquette.
My apologies, conductor. It was an oversight on my part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the Nameless are the only ones we can truly trust right now.
Mm-hmm.
You are the memo keeper.
Pleased to meet you, Dan Hung. I've seen you in others' memories. And as for Boot Hill, this is our first face-to-face meeting. I hope you enjoyed that bottle of Astana's White Oak. You sure have a refined taste.
Finally, memo keeper. Well, let's cut to the chase. Spill everything you know.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself.
Her eyes are still...
My name is Black Swan, and I serve the
What?
Garden of Recollection as
I wasn't expecting her to show up, to be honest.
As for Acheron's story, I'm sure she knows it better than I do.
Okay, that's a twist.
Greetings. I'm Acheron.
Nah.
You Garden of Recollection shirtbag. You betrayed me.
I apologize, but she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled.
Is it Sparkle again?
Thankfully, this memo keeper came to my aid and helped me escape their surveillance unnoticed.
To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping. And the process was far from unnoticed. But we did escape.
I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few trustworthy individuals. Mainly all of you.
Trustworthy? Son of a nice lady. You think I'm dumb or something? How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets spill out. Then, we can talk about trust.
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. If my cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't have any other options.
No other options? What do you mean?
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's safety. I kindly request an immediate warp jump out of the Astana star system.
This passenger is requesting...
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat, and seems to be telling the truth.
But are you telling the truth?
I've briefly traveled with your companions and know their whereabouts, Donham. Please rest assured, your nameless companions are safe, but they need our help. As for Boot Hill, you may have guessed. I've been waiting for you. Galaxy Rangers are known for their elusive nature and limited contact with each other. So this was the only way I could reach out to you.
But Butil knew about that.
Can I find a true Galaxy Ranger and fulfill a long-standing promise? To return his relics to their rightful owner.
What is her
Someone once
intention?
told me that every rainfall is like a gift from the heavens, a sign of their mercy upon the world. Raindrops are said to be the tears of the gods, shed in response to the sorrows of the world. Their constant pouring is a reminder that the gods haven't abandoned us yet. So, how long has this rain been going on for?
used to believe, just like you, that it would eventually stop. Years and decades passed. And in the end, such hope faded away before the rain did. Looks like the god you mentioned doesn't exist after all. Well, let me share a story.
I hope you talk a little faster than this.
Who walk the paths are like sailors on a vast ocean.
Yeah.
Leaving behind a trail that creates countless ripples of possibilities. And for some, their presence leaves such a strong mark that it's reflected in the waves.
Like those shadows on the ocean.
Sin-thirsters, the obsessions of the Pathstriders, they emerge from the depths of IX, seeing themselves as masters of their own destiny. They emerge from the nihility and head toward it, leading purposeless lives. However, these hollow phantoms
In the ways, this guy.
dear companions, a group of galaxy rangers.
Are you watching over them?
Watching over them? No. I'm guiding them toward transcendence. It was a brutal war. A crusade that shook the universe. The universe witnessed the fall of Zulo, the Lord Ravager, but it came at a price. The unwavering determination of the Hunt followers persists even in death. So someone must guide these lost souls to their life beyond. As for me,
Yeah, I'm skipping, you can read it. He's really talking slow.
suffered too many losses on that battlefield to advance any further. And that makes me the most...
But you know, these sin-thirsters, they're not who they used to be.
Does this seem pointless to you? Well, some tasks have to be done, even if they are pointless.
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the nihility. That's what I've been seeking.
I see. After all, this realm is off limits to ordinary souls, right? Thank you, stranger. I wish that you find what you seek.
Before we part ways, I have one more question. It is true that their actions and even their entire lives may seem pointless from our perspective. But if, and it's just an if this is what the departed ones expected, should we try to change it?
A good question. And a profound one.
The path of a god,
I
if you
don't know
change
the
it.
answer.
I'd rather not answer that.
I do
I don't to think too much.
Is that one day I too will pass away,
Logic.
and when I bid farewell to this world, someone will stand at my grave and place a bouquet of flowers on it.
That's what she's telling Buthill.
When I appeared as a child, my speech, mindset, and soul reflected immaturity and innocence. As I grew into adulthood, I left behind my childlike side.
I humbly request your blessings.
esteemed advocate of Shipe.
Come to me, my kinship. I have sought their presence with us.
As you wish. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family for nearly a decade, promoting the path of the Harmony to the best of my ability. However, I made a mistake yesterday. While I was preparing dinner for the family head, out of laziness, I lied and claimed that everything was ready. Although the head has dismissed me as punishment, it has been tough to sleep with the guilt still gnawing at me, as I worried that the seeds of evilness may have taken root in my soul.
Do you sincerely repent and vow to change your ways?
Yes.
Have you examined your soul and confessed all your sins?
Oh, yes.
Are you willing to accept the process of atonement?
Yes.
Very well. Show your dedication and goodwill to the family, and you shall be reinstated among them. Now, please, leave in peace.
Oh, praise Shipe. And thank you.
Next, please step forward.
I wholeheartedly confess to you. Please, pardon my sins.
Rest assured, I have implored their presence to be with us. As long as you are sincere.
Oh, great. You know, I arrived in Penacony as a stowaway. I sold everything to get a ticket.
Oh my god.
My land and my 2 children.
I see. Please, go on.
My children were starving, and I hoped they'd have a chance at survival if they became slaves here. If I can strike it rich here,
That happens in real life, and that's the scary part.
give them the life they deserve. But the Bloodhound family got wind of it. They're on my tail, hunting me down. I thought I could bring my kids here. It was all...
The family is ready to forgive all sinners. I'll ask the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. You don't need to live in fear anymore.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Next, please step forward.
Hey, long time no see, Mr. Sunday. The most esteemed individual in Penacony. And
I have sought their presence with us. Let us proceed.
sure, let's just get this over with. I have sinned. Please forgive me. I wasted half a pizza at breakfast and a bottle of Soul Glad. That's it. Nothing more. When we wrap this up, I'm gonna
Do you seek to atone for your sins?
He's mad at him. You can feel it.
My sins? Starting to sound like a saint, huh? Well, let me tell you something. Neither the family nor you have the right to judge me. You think nobody knows what your precious family has done? About the watchmaker? Huh? Don't kid yourself, Featherbrain. Those dream chasers might be fooled by your act, but don't fool yourself. Before you start spouting off your holy verses, answer me this. Where does the power of the Oak family come from? And your power? What makes you think you can sit there all high and mighty, looking down on everyone else? Well, I've spent enough time in confession today to enter the Harmony's paradise, right? Then I'll take my leave. Good luck with your election, and, don't make me regret my investments in you.
Oh, revered triple-faced soul. Hear my doubts. Who can judge the strong when their power hides their crimes? Who can vouch for the weak when they will pay any price to survive? Who can comfort the purest souls when even they get led astray? If the strong defending the weak is truly the foundation of paradise, then who is responsible for the suffering and anguish in this wretched world?
Brother? Brother? Brother, are you all right?
I'm fine. I've been working long hours, and I just made a trip to Dreamflux Reef and back. So, I'm a bit out of sorts. But it'll all be over before we know it.
You've been working non-stop on the Charmony Festival, Mr. Sunday, and no one could have predicted this incident. Even if the Stellaron does pose a grave threat, I still feel sorry for all the trouble we've caused you.
No need to worry about troubling anyone. The Charmony Festival was meant to spread joy and harmony across the cosmos. But now that we know the truth, I'm afraid we'll have to cancel it.
It has always been our wish to make everyone happy, so... we'll do our best to explain everything to the Dream Master. I'm sure he'll understand, even if the negotiation does not go smoothly. I'll refuse to go on stage. Without the Chord Master, the Harmonious Choir would not arrive, and the Charmony Festival would be just a grand performance, and nothing more.
I'm relieved to see your determination. You know, since arriving in Penacony, we haven't had any contact with this Dream Master himself. I'd heard of the heads of the 5 major lineages, but the Dream Master is a mystery to me.
The Dream Master rarely grants an audience, even for us. But, given the urgency of the situation, he's agreed to meet us in person.
Perhaps you'll be the first guest to meet the Dream Master in years, Mr. Yang.
Let's hope we can reach a consensus that satisfies everyone.
Indeed. Let us hope so.
It's about time. We'll have to get ready for the meeting. I apologize for any inconvenience caused by the urgency.
Don't worry. I'll be waiting here.
Dear, it's Mr. Sunday! Hey, come over here!
Look at how she runs.
It's like someone
What the
needs
fuck
help.
is that? That's not
Go check
classy.
it out.
Oh, Mr. Sunday. Hey there! Okay.
It doesn't matter.
But they told me not to sell everything I had just to come to Pennacook.
Selling everything you had.
Why? Can't you see? It's better to be here at Pennacook.
Is this...
Huh? What did you say?
Oh, it's nothing, sir.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. See you around, Mr. Sunday. And
That's
What's up,
awful.
sister.
This is the man we ran into. He doesn't seem happy at all. Even though sweet dreams are nice, they're just illusions.
I suppose you have a point.
Why do you say that?
You think that man is not actually living. But that's not quite accurate. People believe they have a predetermined value to... However...
Doesn't matter for the
value doesn't
story.
come out of thin air.
Are you suggesting that this is not happening?
Exactly. But, ironically, the survival of the fittest. That's where all the tragedies in the world come from. No tragedies exist here.
Perhaps that man is just an exception. Let's not jump to conclusions.
Yes. Seeing is believing. I'll look...
Glad to meet you again, Robin. How are the peppers? You're too kind, Robin. I can't stand.
But if this went on...
Every day, you... But that's exactly why only in this week...
It doesn't matter. I believe for sure it won't matter.
Seems like that...
She had a valid...
What you're trying to...
Well...
However...
No. In the paradise we...
Spending money feels so good. Okay, right, we'll talk about that.
The scenery in this dreamscape is truly breathtaking, isn't it?
Oh, Robin. Can't believe I'm... You're right. Even though...
A philosophical mind.
Oh, not at all.
It's my pleasure.
And then... They have. My physical body is now a true appearance. Huh?
So,
Just being able to live at all is good enough for me. Whether it's in this dreamscape or not, my world has been torn apart. And my life could end any second. So, even if this whole well,
that old man's story. It's so tragic.
That's precisely what...
However,
There will be a way out.
Oh my... Okay. This time seems to be an actual
what
point.
do we have here?
Yeah,
Another
Sparkle.
Brother, what a surprise.
Show yourself.
I've heard that a skilled mass fool received an invitation too.
Barely. The people here are way too gullible. A little bait is all.
So it was the real Acheron on the
And
part
they
of the
run
car.
away at the slightest
I was
hint of
almost sure, but now I'm sure
danger. In
about
other
it.
words,
Because she's here.
they're naive and cowardly.
Now that you've had your fill, it'd be wise to leave before it's too late. The music of the harmony doesn't tolerate discord.
What? Now that you have the real Robin, I'm useless? Oh, how you should be thanking me. Because if it weren't for me cleaning up this mess, Penacony would still be in shambles.
That was a personal request from the head of the Iris family, and it has nothing to do with us. Step aside and stop causing trouble for the Charmony Festival.
The Charmony Festival? You think you can scare me? I don't care what you're thinking, Chicken Wing Boy. But I'm pretty sure lovely Robin won't be appearing on stage. After all, you're well aware of what a sorry state this dreamscape is in under Penacony, the land of the dreams.
Stop it.
What's the rush, Chicken Wing Boy?
Our paradise is none of your concern, masked fool. Leave now, or the family won't tolerate you anymore.
All right. I'll go. But Robin, I suggest you seriously consider this. Do you really believe those living in dreams can escape pain and find true happiness? Well, I've done my part. And now I'm simply waiting for the fireworks to begin. Here, the last two gifts for both of you. And don't lose them. If by some unfortunate chance the Charmony Festival starts against all odds, remember to use them during the show. And it'll be thrilling. Bang!
I heard a raven cawing in the distance. It seems the Dream Master will arrive soon.
I should have looked both sides before crossing the road. Just saying, but well. Wait, we got an achievement. It's always risky to look at some achievements before finishing the main story, because sometimes the names can literally spoil you.
Let's wait here for the Dream Master to arrive.
Okay. By the way, brother, I heard you no longer have a sweet tooth. Back when we were kids, you used to steal my desserts. Seems like a lot has changed during my absence. What exactly happened?
Well, someone has to stay awake even in this sweet dream.
But that someone doesn't have to be you, or anyone in particular. The paradise in our dreams. It shouldn't be like this. Penacony is nothing more than a dream. It can't erase the worries and pain of reality, or bring true happiness. It only offers an escape from reality.
Remember the old man we met earlier? Without this dream, he might have completely lost himself.
That might be true, but... you Even without Penacony, he could have chosen another path. As far as I know, the intelligent that path may have been more ordinary and challenging. But now, he is receiving hospice care in a comatose state, and his fate is sealed. Is Penacony granting these people
But
a
at least he's
future?
happy. So that's the
Or is it
point.
taking it away from them?
Well, don't forget this. Not everyone really has a future. The future for humanity is like the sky for birds. People mistakenly believe that flight is inherent to birds because they've never witnessed. Do you remember how we took in that little Charmony dove when we were young?
Yeah. We took care of it. Provided food and water, groomed its feathers. And later...
Well, I didn't mention what happened to it in my letters because I didn't want to upset you.
It died.
Shortly after you left, it crashed to its death right in front of your window.
I had surmised as much. I knew you wouldn't have avoided mentioning the bird for no reason. Despite that unfortunate outcome, I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages. They belong in the sky, even if they can't fly.
But here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can we really assert that they belong in the sky?
That's a point.
Are you implying that the same goes for humans too?
Should be more specific to go into Penacony.
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only a few extraordinary individuals can endure such a perilous journey. That's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and even a fallen eon?
Okay, Bailey.
That's just sophistry. If that were true, then only the powerful would have the right to determine the future.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. While this world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds, the majority of ordinary people will never become heroes in their lifetime. Some are born weak.
Unfortunately, it's normal.
Some find
Sorry
themselves
for that.
trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to
But doesn't mean
malice
that
and
they will be
cowardice.
completely impactless.
When it
At
comes
least
to
in their future.
survival, everyone is equal. And the weak can only watch as their value gets constantly diminished by external forces.
That's why we should care for the weak and support them as if they're suffering.
Same
for
back
our
here as
own.
Himeko.
That's what the Odes of Harmony have always taught us.
While the Harmony holds noble aspirations, the strong will always be strong, and the weak will always be weak. Even in this carefree dream. Human nature contains greatness, but it also harbors inherent weaknesses that can't be eradicated. In the end, if people can't even secure their own survival, they won't care about the illusory future of equality. As long as the law of survival of the fittest prevails, there will always be fledglings crashing to their death.
But if people don't live for the future, do they merely exist for survival? If even you, my brother, don't believe that the Harmony will save the weak, then which eon can make our dreams come true?
It's funny that most of her sentences start by but. She's on the back foot on this conversation.
People often forget that when the first bird took flight, the entire world envisioned a future where no more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Are you reading, sister? What?
Mr. Gopherwood gave me a picture book. It's about the story of the harmonic strings. If I could become a chord master, I'd like to summon Dominicus, the harmonious choir. I want to sing with everyone and spread our wishes so that all can feel happiness and joy.
I see. Then I would summon the harmonious choir too.
Don't you have a wish of your own, brother?
Of course I do. It's just that it includes your wish and everyone else's. I long for a true paradise where everyone can find peace.
Then let's build a stage there and invite everyone to our performance so that both our wishes come true through the power of the harmonious choir.
It's a deal then.
Yeah, it's a deal. But how can I become a chord master?
Now you think about it.
You'll have to become a star first.
Please.
Than I thought.
I cannot pause it.
Yes. And now, it's up to us to forge ahead.
Since he's already carried out his last wish, my final mission is complete. But pardon me if I sound curt. It's good to have determination. The path Mikhail left for you is not an easy one to tread. Why else would he have chosen to sleep in solitude, staking everything on some nameless in the future? But you have the numbers, and in numbers comes strength. So that might just delay your inevitable a little more.
Got any more encouraging words?
As I see it, relying on Welt's negotiations alone is far from enough. Regardless of whether the other party will be compliant, negotiating simply allows us to meet them as equals. It won't grant us an upper hand. Penacony is our rival's home turf, and we already have very few chips left to play with. Rather than idly sit around while the family's got us blocked off, an offensive approach might be a wiser course of action. We're more familiar with the Stellaron's properties than most, and since it's the key to stabilizing the Sweet Dream, it's vital to the family's interests. By attacking their core interests, they're bound to retaliate hastily. And as the saying goes, haste makes waste.
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron, either with words or otherwise, we have a chance at gaining the upper hand. But the problem is, on the eve of the Charmony Festival opening, how exactly are we going to get close to the theater? Family security will be airtight, and if we brute force it, even if we
Isn't Gallagher the responsible for the security?
So, no one's gonna say anything? Then I'll raise my hand. I know the answer to this question. What's that supposed to mean? You'd better believe it. So, I heard that before the Charmony Festival begins, there'll be a pageant to kick off the festival. It's called the Soulglad TM Festivity Auditions, or something, and it's going to be held in the moment of Scorched Sand. As long as we clinch the top spot, we'll be able to attain the title of Festive Superstar, and be able to personally bask in the graces of Miss Robin. Not that that's important. What's crucial is that we can enter the Grand Theater before the audience arrives. So, how do we go about participating in these festivity auditions? I've already procured special invite tickets from Miss Robin's fan club.
Not gonna ask any more
I had been
things
preparing
about
to join
that.
the auditions all along, but now it looks like even if I scrape through, I probably still won't have the chance to shake Miss Robin's hand.
So they're still running this thing, huh?
was originally just a publicity stunt, set up by Mikhail to drum up attention. But it looks like it might be worth a shot.
We'll follow Marge's plan. Mr. Gallagher, will you be joining us?
Oh yeah, he's a perfect singer.
I'm afraid I won't have the time. As a virtual character, I've already completed my final mission. Whether Penacony can awaken from this dream is all down to you.
Should we ever cross paths again? I'd love for you to visit the Express.
All right. I'll have to add to that data bank of yours you've got on the Express.
And Miss Firefly, we thank you for all your support. We're faced with a formidable enemy. As long as the Astral Express and Stellaron Hunter's objectives are aligned, we're willing to cooperate with you.
We've already come this far together. I'd like to join you for the rest of your journey on Penacony. I'm pleased that we can finally fight shoulder to shoulder. I couldn't ask for a better ending.
This is also the spirit of the Trailblaze. Now everyone, let's prepare to move out.
Oh my god, can I please pause the game so I could finish this episode? I don't want to do another one, come on.
Oh, wow, they've really outdone themselves. Oh, I'm starting to get excited. Is he talking about us?
Okay.
Excuse me, you four. What are you hoping to get out of all this?
As the last group of contestants, how confident are you in overcoming all of the challenges?
Would you be open to a brief exclusive interview with us? It'll be quick.
Your journey is long and fraught with peril, yet under a sky blanketed by banners, you vie for the crown.
The sword and rose! Protect the beauty.
A knight's head is hard as steel. Brotherland's focus is stubborn as a heel. We don't all have to be winners. But if we don't have fun, we'd all be sinners.
People are pouring in. Kinda feels like all sorts of baddies are showing up. Let's get in there quickly and enter.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make way.
Coming towards us now is one of Penacony's top 10 wealthiest tycoons, and Glad Business Empire's founder, Mr. Dean.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the director of So Glad's factory, Dean Lee. My four friends, introduce yourselves to the audience across the cosmos.
Hello, everybody. I'm Himiko, a nameless from the Astral Express, and these are my companions.
Don't you guys need to hide your identities?
Can't hide it anyways. Penacony is plastered with our posters. And because the Astral Express is so well known, the family won't dare to make any rash moves.
Okay. Nice. Why don't you present the actual girl and not this thing? No, I was just kidding. Yeah, let's keep it funny.
Don't expose my net handle to everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm March 7th. I'm an ordinary girl who loves adventures.
Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly. I am also an ordinary girl.
Oh my god.
So it's a bunch of nameless guests. This final face-off is bound to be spectacular. Time is precious. My four friends, come with me.
Grab a bottle of So Glad and make your dreams a blast.
Finally. Holy shit. How? 30 chests, basically, in this little space. Okay. Adventuring would have been perfect right now, in the story. Oh shit! I remember. I'll have to come back on that place after, where there was a dream bubble from legwork. There was a bird there.
This place is buzzing.
That's right. This venue is a miniature representation of that time known as the era filled.
Okay, good. And yeah, we're done. Nice. Guys, thank you one more time for being there with me for for another episode on Honkai Star Rail. We see each other for the next one. Till then, consider leaving a comment, a like on the video if you like it, or a dislike it if you didn't. And never forget about it. Stay the way you are. You're amazing. And see you guys.